What's up, guys? It's your boy Zowoki back out with another of the Chris Watts videos. And today we did watch back in a few weeks back, or whatever have you. Oh my goodness! And we looked at Jeremy and Jennifer Lindstrom, obviously some friends of theirs. But there's a second Jeremy Lindstrom interview, and then also their daughter, which was Mckenna Lingstrom, the babysitter. We're going to take a look at all this right now. So grab a chair, get comfortable. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting that wiper icon down the bottom right. Hit that bell icon next to it. So when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that I've posted that video. And then you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, I thank you guys so very much for that love and support that you guys continuously show. One day, I'm hoping we will get to that 100K goal, but I need your guys' help. And with that being said, let's get into these two interviews. So this must have been the first interview, because he had an interview with his wife, which some people thought there was a few things that were suspicious. Nothing bad on him, but just towards Chris and Shanann. But this is the one the day of the murders, where the other one that they had was on the 15th. And these two, or I should say Jeremy and his wife, they were the last ones to see actual Bella and Celeste alive, including the babysitter, because they were at the birthday party for their little boy. Hello?
Hi, is this Jeremy?
Yeah?
Hi, Jeremy. It's Officer James Frederick, PD.
Oh, hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, you know, over at Chris and Shanann's house right now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, we just stopped by, make sure Chris is okay.
Oh, that's right. The time. It's 9:51.
Okay. When you leave there, go ahead and give me a call.
We're getting in our cars right now.
Oh, okay. So you got time to talk?
Laundry and try to lay down.
Okay. You have time to talk then?
Yeah, for sure I do.
So this is right after you just got done hanging out with Chris for an hour.
You know...
And that one, David Collin.
I got your number from Chris.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to, figure out if there's anything that you could tell me that could maybe help in locating her.
There's not. We were just talking to him, too, trying to get answers out of him, how we can help.
Okay.
He was at our house yesterday for my kid's birthday with the girls, and then we just saw this on Facebook, an hour ago while I was laying on the couch from her mom.
Okay.
So.
And what did her mom say on Facebook? Do you know?
Her mom just said my daughter's missing with her kids. Pray for her.
Okay.
It's all over Facebook right now. My neighbors are calling me right now, too, to say, what the heck's going on?
Right. Do you guys live in Frederick, or where do you guys live?
We live in Erie.
Okay.
We're just by the high school. We're not that far.
And it's you and your wife?
No, and our 3 kids.
Okay. So you and your wife are friends with him and her? Is that...
Yeah. I worked with Shanann. Shanann, when I first moved out, she worked with me at Longmont Ford.
Okay.
And then she went, she went to doing this Thrive stuff.
Okay.
Her home business stuff. But Chris was a mechanic there, too, so I've known him for 6 years or so.
Okay.
Give or take.
Is there anything that you could think of that could help us in locating her? Any clues?
Nothing. I mean, this isn't her normal personality to not take her phone. She lives on her phone.
Right.
So again, I was thinking about this morning too. While Jeremy Lindstrom and David Collin were hanging out with Chris was on the phone with Nicole. So what they thought would happen is Chris put it on talk, whatever, and then put it in his pocket so that Nicole can hear what David and Jeremy were saying. If they said anything about what they might have known, or what the police are, like Chris and Nicole were trying to find out anything and everything about who knew about the case, what was being said, because how many different times this night of August 13th do they call him in during the night and they have literally asked him some questions, or they couldn't get a hold of him at first because he was trying to play phone tag or his phone wasn't working, whatever, but he was trying to get a three-way call with Nicole Kessinger, but it wasn't working because I'm guessing it's because of the landline not being able to do it with two other cell phones. It's just my guess. But she was trying to listen in on that conversation, so he had called on his work phone while his personal phone, Nicole, was listening in. So, and then for Jeremy not to say that anything was weird, that he was talking to another woman or a mistress or whatever have you, he said literally nothing. So that means they didn't know that he was on the phone with Nicole.
Her normal personality to have the car seat still in the car.
Right.
And not take the car, any of that stuff. That's not normal practice for her. She lives a very scheduled life, if you will.
Okay.
Kids in bed at 7, rain machine goes on, they fall asleep right away. She's got them, motherly trained really well. I know her kids take medicine. Chris said they have extra medicine, but some of the medicine's still here. I would assume she took it with her. But the car seat still being in the car is weird too.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm lost for ideas because because they moved out here from North Carolina. We moved out here from California. So as far as knowing a lot of people in the area,
they don't.
It's it's not a lot of people.
Right.
Other than people from work. So I don't even know who any of their other friends would be that she would go to their house or anything like that.
All right.
And they just got back from Arizona last night.
Do you guys know anything about their marriage or anything like that?
No. As far as I've always learned, Chris is just an easygoing dude, and they've always been fine.
Okay.
Nothing about their separation. Nothing about divorce. So then how did Nicole think that they were going through a separation or divorce? Oh, he told me that they were separating. He told me they were in the final stages of this. Like, you completely BSing, woman.
So,
well, if
there's anything they don't tell us.
If you guys come
we
in,
only hang out with them once every few months or so. It's not every day or every week or anything. But
and he was over there yesterday, as in Sunday.
Yeah, they were just there yesterday for my son's birthday party.
Okay.
She was still in Arizona flying home last night.
Okay.
Wonder what he.
And I saw her last Facebook post was leaving the airport to fly home last night. But it's weird that she wouldn't at least call her mom, because she talks to her mom every day, from what I understand.
Okay. If there's anything that you guys can think of that could help us, you can call this number back and it'll forward you to a dispatch number.
Okay.
And you can reach an officer 24/7 by calling that dispatch number.
Okay, cool.
And if you come into contact with her for whatever reason, and just have her call us, and if she doesn't want to talk to Chris or whatever the case may be,
Unfortunately,
we're not concerned about whatever's going on between them, because obviously something for her to go missing.
For sure, yeah.
Whatever, just tell her we want to make sure that she's safe if you talk to her, and that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That we'll keep it all private, but we just want to make sure that we want to talk to her. That's really what it comes down to. And
okay.
Would you do that for me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and if you guys can think of anything, just give us a holler, and we'd be glad to listen, okay?
So this is Mckenna's interview. She had done 2 interviews, one with media and the other with Kovac. So we're going to listen to that now.
So just so the recording knows, your dad is Jeremy?
Yes.
And Jeremy knows you're talking with me right
yes.
now? Okay. So we're talking about Chris and Shanann Watts, and
plus at the end of this video, I got a bonus interview from another babysitter.
Some responsibilities you might have had for babysitting their children.
Yes.
So how long have you known Chris and Shanann?
My dad used to work with them, and I think I got to meet them when I was around 6 or 7 years old.
So Jeremy is your dad?
Yes.
And who did
14 now, I do believe.
He worked with both of them. They both worked at Longmont Ford. Shanann was a salesperson, and Chris was a mechanic.
Okay. Do you remember when that was?
I would say probably in 2013 or 14-ish is when they all worked there at the same time.
What did your dad do there?
He was an internet manager.
Does your dad still work at?
No, he works at Siltahar Motors now.
Works at Siltahar. Okay, down in Boulder.
Yeah.
And do you know what Chris and Shanann do now?
Yes. Shanann advertises this thing called Thrive, which is a patchy word that gives you like energy boosts, I guess. And then Chris does the oil company where they drill on the ground to find oil. I think it's called Anadarko.
Anadarko.
Yeah.
So he works there.
Yes.
And Shanann, does she mainly, or Shanann, sorry, mainly work from home?
Yes.
Or does she travel, or?
She travels for business when they have like conventions and stuff, and she posts on Facebook, and I think she advertises, and that's what her job is, to advertise for Thrive.
Okay, so she's an advertiser, and he works in the oil industry. And so you think you've known them since 5 or 6 years?
Yeah.
So you babysit for them not on a regular basis or on a regular basis?
Not on a regular basis.
So how many times have you babysat for them?
Just once.
Once. And when was that?
Saturday night.
Okay, so today is the 14th. Monday is the 13th. Sunday is the 12th.
So the 11th.
So the 11th.
Yes.
Okay, so you babysat for them on Saturday. What time did you start babysitting?
4:30 p.m.
4:30 p.m.?
Yes.
And who asked you to babysit?
Chris had contacted my dad.
On what day?
Friday.
Do you know what time?
No, I do not know what time.
And he asked,
He asked if I could babysit their kids while he went to the Rockies game, and Shanann was out of town.
She's very thorough.
do you know who he was going to the Rockies game with?
He said something about how it was with his work or something from his work, because my dad was going to the Broncos game that night, and my dad had invited
Should've
him
went.
to go to the Broncos game because he had an extra ticket, and he said he couldn't because this is something from work.
So friends or something from work?
Yeah.
He should have went.
Did you see? So what time? How did you get to his house? Did you babysit there, or did he come here?
I went there, my mom dropped me off.
And that was on Saturday.
Yes.
Your mom? What's your mom's name?
Jennifer.
Lindstrom?
Yes.
Do you know your mom's birthday?
July 1st, 1981.
It's awesome you know your mom's birthday. So Saturday, your mom drops you off. What time?
4:30.
Was anybody at the house?
Chris and his 2 daughters.
Okay. What are his daughters' names?
Celeste and Bella.
How old's Celeste?
She's 3 and Bella is 4.
Anybody else at the house besides those 3?
No.
So tell me what happens. Your mom drops you off. Does your mom come in with you?
No.
You just get out?
Yeah.
And go in by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a cell phone?
I do.
What's your number?
720.
Blank, blank, blank.
And your address. So you go into the house. Chris, Celeste, and Bella are there. All right. And does Chris tell you what he wants you to do, or tells
Yeah.
you, tell me what Chris tells you? And you said, sorry, let me back up real quick. Shanann was not home; she was somewhere else.
Yes.
Where was she?
Arizona for her work.
And Chris told you that?
Yes, and I had seen posts on Facebook because I'm friends with Shanann on
Okay,
Facebook.
so you knew,
Yeah.
but Chris told you the same.
Yes.
You know what's funny is listening to this interview, you can see that Kobach is just like on his questions. Like he's answering, or he's asking the questions, she's reciprocating by answering. Did I say asking the questions to answering the questions? But like the questions he does with Nicole are like questions you would ask like a 2-year-old, not somebody that's 36 that needs their, how old was she? She was 31, 32 at the time. But it's just like, why can't he do the questions he's asking her right now? Detailed, persistent, and she's just the babysitter. He's like on details about, did she come in? Did she stay in the car? Did what time was it? What is it like? The questions he should have been asking Nicole.
Okay. So just tell me your conversation with Chris when you show up.
I walked in and then he asked what kind of pizza I liked because he was going to order me and the girls pizza for dinner. So he got on the phone and ordered them pizza. He gave them their medicine before he left because he didn't want me to have to worry about that. And they were already in their pajamas, and he said I just have to play with them and then at 7 o'clock lay them down to go to bed. And he
told you to put them down at 7 p.m.?
Yes. And he just showed me where their cameras were for their rooms and showed me how to...
What kind of cameras?
They were like installed on the wall, and there was like this little mini thing I could watch to make sure they were okay in their beds.
So like a little television you were watching and you could see the kids?
Like a
Yeah,
little
like
handheld device.
And it switched back from each room.
Okay, was that part of their video surveillance or was it separate?
I think it was separate. And then...
Do you know if that recorded or was it just live?
I think it was just live.
Okay.
And then he gave me a cell phone number just in case I needed anything.
Do you remember what that is?
No, it was on the counter and I didn't need it. And then Shanann was texting me and she was like, "Are the girls okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, they're fine."
So Shanann knew you were there too?
Yes, she called me.
Did Chris ever text you?
No.
Too busy with Numbnuts McGee.
So Shanann knew you were there because Chris told her,
Yeah.
or did you tell her?
I think Chris told her.
Okay. So how did Chris leave the house? Well, so did he run you through these instructions? Do you recall what the girls were wearing?
Yes, they were wearing 2 nightgowns, and actually a police officer came over today and they had pictures and they told me to
The nightgowns that they were recovered in.
pick out which ones they were wearing.
So they went through that with you. And can you just describe them, what they were wearing, if you remember?
They were 2 nightgowns, and I think one was blue, and they just had like little kid, like
Cutesy
stars
things.
and hearts and sparkles and stuff on them.
Okay.
And I think the other one was like a peach color.
Okay. You remember what was on that one?
What's that?
Do you remember what was on that one?
They were kind of similar. It's still like the stars and the hearts, and
Okay.
I have a
Remember what-
picture of what Cece was wearing.
Did you take a picture of her that night?
Chris took the picture, I'm pretty sure.
On your phone?
No, he posted it on Facebook, or Shanann posted it because he was sending them pictures of the girls when she was checking in on them.
Okay, tell me how somebody got a picture of the girls that night.
I'm pretty sure it was taken on Chris's phone, and then I'm guessing he sent it to her, and then she had posted it on Facebook, so that's how I saw it.
Prior to him leaving for the game?
I can check when she posted it.
Okay.
Because I noticed that was the same exact thing she was wearing when I
See, like right there, he's like asking the detailist questions on her, yet she's just the babysitter, and yet he can't ask these kind of questions to NK?
came over to watch them. It was... Yeah, she posted it on Saturday at 10:30 at night, so... And that's the night I babysat.
Can I see that picture?
Yes. That's the youngest one, Celeste, but she goes by Cece too.
Cece is just such a cute little name.
You don't mind if I take a picture of
Go
your
ahead.
phone?
Is it bad lighting?
It's fine. Thank you.
I think this dude dropped the ball on Nicole's interviews.
So she posted that Saturday, and that's the clothing that Celeste was wearing.
Yes.
The night that you babysat for them. So
it sounds like he took her phone to look at the picture, but we were never able to see Kobach take Nicole's phone because she always had it with her.
do you think that's prior? What time did you babysit? You got there at 4:30? What time did you leave?
Around 10:30.
Were the kids sleeping?
Yes. So I'm guessing that was before I came because it's light.
Just making some notes, just a second.
Which he barely was making notes with Nicole. Like it sounds like he's writing a book right now. And when you did Nicole's, it was like chicken scratch. Don't let her down. Like, what?
So you did not send that picture to Shanann?
Mm-mm.
Chris must have.
Yes.
Do you remember what Chris was wearing when he left?
A white t-shirt and darkish, almost black jeans.
Do you remember if the t-shirt had anything on it?
No, I think it was plain.
Yeah, I think it was Abercrombie.
Do you remember his shoes?
No.
Sandals.
Was he wearing a jacket? Anything else?
Mm-mm.
Does he wear glasses?
Yeah, he usually doesn't, but when he left, I'm pretty sure he was wearing his glasses.
Like reading glasses or sunglasses?
Reading glasses.
And he left you a phone number to reach him?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that, again, you said it was just written down on the counter? It was written on a note?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know who he left with?
No.
Did you see the vehicle or the car that he left in?
No, he told me to go distract the kids while he left so they didn't get upset that he was leaving.
Did you?
But should they have been able to see that on like Nate's camera or on the front doorbell camera? Like, couldn't they have like looked that up?
Hear a car?
No.
Did he take his own truck or do you think he left with somebody?
I'm not sure because his work truck was parked in front of the house and I never looked in the garage or anything to see if any vehicles
Did the work
were
truck
gone.
ever leave?
No.
What's his work truck look like?
It's big and brown and it has like a bunch of mechanical stuff on the back of it. It looks like for the oil fields.
Very descriptive again.
Does it have any markings on it?
No.
Does it say the name of the business?
No, it's blank.
So I'm
So I remember
surprised.
the girls kept pointing it out because they're like, that's my daddy's truck.
They thought the world of their father, and he let them down.
So the girls are 3 and 4, but do they talk with you a lot?
Yes, they're very
They're
talkative.
very talkative?
Yes.
Okay. So did they tell you anything that was happening? Was there anything that was concerning that you heard?
Bella she sat by me and she was really concerned. Her little sister fell asleep before her, so she sat on the couch with me for a while, and she actually told me something. She's like, can I ask you something? And I was like, yeah. She was like, my little sister has, like, she told me if she eats coconut, she'll never be able to see her again. So I'm guessing that the littlest one has a severe allergy, and that's what they told her, that if she eats that, she'll never be able to see her
for
again.
her to
She
know
was
that
really
at 4.
upset by that.
Bella was?
Yeah.
And so if Cece ate coconut, she would potentially
Yeah,
die.
I know she has a tree nut allergy, but I never heard coconut. So I wonder if they just, I don't know if she got
So
coconut.
Cece has a tree nut allergy?
Yeah, like a severe one.
So you watch the children. He leaves about. You get there at 4:30. What time do you think he leaves?
Probably 4:45 after we've like gone through everything, and he orders the pizza for us. And
Where was the pizza from?
Like, why are we asking what the pizza's from?
Papa John's, I think.
For validation to see if there was pizza in the trash bin. But like, you're asking what kind of pizza, but you can't ask, hey, Nicole, why was your ping there on the morning of the murders?
And he leaves about 4:45. You didn't see who he left with. Okay, you watch the kids. Any phone calls? Do you see anything out of place at the house? Is anything weird?
It seemed normal. They all were acting normal. The kids were having fun. And the house seemed fine.
Okay. And you put the girls down at 7.
Yeah.
And then what time does Chris come back?
Around 10:30.
Anybody else in the house while you're there? Just you and the 2 girls?
Yeah, my mom was waiting outside to pick me up because he told me 10, so my mom came at 10, but when he came home he said he had gotten stuck in some traffic, which was understandable.
Okay.
So if the mom was waiting outside, couldn't she have seen like what kind of car Chris came home in? Was there anybody inside the car with him? Like, just ask these questions. You ask about the dang pizza box and where it's from. You can ask those questions.
And your mom was there to pick you up?
Yeah. She was waiting outside the house in her car.
She just waited in her car?
Yeah.
He gets home at 10:30, and he was at the Rockies game, right?
Yes.
That's where he said he was going?
Yes.
Did he mention anything that happened, or?
He just gave me the money and I left.
He didn't tell you? He said he got stuck in traffic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he
Stuck
wearing
up
the same
Nicole's
clothes?
butt.
Yes.
And you didn't ever see who he came back with?
No, my mom saw him come home, so
Your mom did?
I bet if you ask her.
Phone interview with Taylor. 18th of August 2018 at 8:16 a.m. Officer Brad Davies, was dispatched to contact Taylor Welsh regarding this case.
I wonder why though.
I spoke to Taylor via phone. Taylor stated she is a friend of Shanann and her family. Taylor advised me she occasionally babysat for Celeste and Bella, and that she was a good friend of Shanann. Taylor stated she was helping plan a gender reveal party for Shanann's unborn baby. The party was scheduled to be on the 19th of August 2018. Taylor stated Nicole Utoft, informed her on the 8th of August 2018 the gender reveal party would need to be cancelled. Taylor stated she initiated a text conversation with Shanann regarding the cancellation of the party. Taylor thought the text conversation may be relevant to the case. The following is a reproduction of the text conversation that began the 8th of August 2018 at 8:39 a.m. Taylor, Nikki just told me you want to cancel the gender reveal. What's going on? Is everything okay? Shanann, Chris said we are not compatible anymore. Taylor, I just landed in Chicago like still on the airplane, oh my god what? Shanann, he said we are not compatible anymore. He refused to hug me. Said he thought another baby would fix his feelings. Said he refused couples counseling. Before I left we couldn't get enough of each other.
So all of this evidence to show that Chris was in the wrong, and then yet you have Shanann haters. What?
Taylor, what the hell changed in 6 weeks? Shanann, he said he had a lot of time to think.
Yeah, NK.
Taylor, I am so sorry I don't even know what to say.
And probably Jim.
Shanann, gal me either. Taylor, we will get together when I get home. Shanann, I've cried myself to sleep over a week now, okay honey, great time. Taylor, I am here for you and whatever you need. I love you. Shanann, love you more. Thank you love. The following is a reproduction of the text conversation that began the 9th of August 2018 at 6:20 p.m. Shanann, next Friday I think 17th, could you help with kids for a few hours? Taylor, I have to work both of my jobs, I'm sorry. What's going on? Shanann, we are trying to leave for weekend. Friend who's staying weekend can't be here till after 7. Taylor, oh sorry, I work 7 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. You and Chris. The text thread ended with the following text that appears to be on the 13th of August 2018 at 5:26 p.m. from Taylor to Shanann. Taylor, are you and the girls okay? A copy of the text thread screenshots will be included in the case file. I advise Taylor that investigators will contact her with any further questions. Nothing further at this time. Officer Brad Davies, Frederick Police Department.
So that being said, guys, on the Jeremy Lindstrom, the Mckenna Lingstrom, and this other babysitter, Taylor Welch, what is your thoughts? What do you guys think? There's not much to say on the first interview with Jeremy. Besides he highly talks about them both, very much so. And it just kind of was upsetting on the one with Jeremy and Jennifer Lindstrom. It just seems like they were taken back on the whole situation and kind of weren't on this. I'm not saying that they were on the side of Chris, but they didn't agree with the things that Shanann did, which is kind of a little puzzling. But it's just sad that the Lindstroms were the last ones to see the kids. Nicole Upton or Atkinson was the last one that saw Shanann. And yet we still tried to find little bits and pieces of anything and everything we can watch, learn, educate ourselves, and predict that could lead to a conviction on Nicole's part. But will we see it? Who knows? Again, make sure you put all those thoughts and inquiries and opinions down below in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends. We'll see you guys in the next video. Please take care, be safe, and as always, keep nerding on. We'll see you guys in the next one.